when it's not streaming. This is, of course, the Vikings versus Browns Madden 18 simulation. I'll get everything set up in just a minute, and we'll get this baby started. So, while this is getting ready, you guys can sit back and listen to some great commentary that I can always provide. I let people, it'll take a little bit for people coming in. I told people the stream will be at 7. I'm starting this thing at 6:52 just to get everything set up so we can get the stream actually started for sure by 7 o'clock. So just coming by. If you guys accidentally click on this video, don't worry. You don't have to watch the whole thing. I'll do a highlight version of this in a day or two, so don't worry too much. Well, people start piling in here. Yeah, if you want to stick around and watch the whole thing, that's fine too. It'd be a fun time. It's better live, obviously. But if you want to just come by and check this baby out, feel free. But don't feel like I don't. My main thing isn't 3-hour videos, so don't worry. It's always a pain to get this set up on my end. While we do, we'll play a few ads. You guys tell me if you guys think this thumbnail's fitting. And my boy Nathange. It's a frizz. What's up, Jacob? Before I get started, we can look at the rosters. Because if there are any injuries I don't know of, oh yeah, of course I have to take a Sendeo out. I can't have Teddy started. We'll have probably Anthony Harris be the starting safety this week due to the suspension. Otherwise, I think the rest is pretty good except for Teddy and Keenum, just in case there's an injury. I like Murray starting. What do you guys think about Diggs? You think he'll be starting? I think they boosted Thielen a bit, but I'm just going off my own rosters. I might be cheating a little bit because I'll give the Vikings a little bit of a bump, but it's whatever. Yeah, you think Thielen will be starting, or I think I'll do what I've been doing and put Thielen at wide receiver 3. And they were both questionable last week, so I think a decent chance to at least be in a limited role. But it's the Browns, so I might just go all the way. I might just take him out because it's the Browns. I think I'll do it. So this would be the squad from last week with Coley there. Probably looking like something like that. I don't think there are any. Okay, left guard. These two both got hurt last week. I'm just gonna put Isidora here. And otherwise, I think we're good. For the Browns, I already unless it got changed. I don't know who the quarterback's going to be, but I did take Joe Thomas out of the starting left tackle spot. He's so good, but he's hurt. I think he broke his leg or something last week. So, if you want, in a sec, you guys can start voting on jerseys. I'll scroll through them. Yeah, it's the Browns, so they can pretty much just take 2 off weeks in a row. Hey, his favorite team's game. In a row, in a row, and we'll be fine. I wonder if there's a London the stadium in Madden. If you don't know, we're playing in London, so you have to wake up at 8:30 to watch the Vikings game. My God, can we just take a moment to look at the fact that the Browns have a record 2 overall less than the Vikings? They're saying it's supposed to be a close game. Yo, Everson is gonna eat on the rookie tackle. Everson's gonna go to town. I'll let you guys. Anybody care what the jersey we go with? We went with the home. I think it was like 2010 jerseys last week. Jacob voted last week, so I'll let you. Anybody else have a vote? Ryan, you can vote. I'll scroll through them quick. If you guys care at all. If you guys say whatever, I don't give a shit. Just get to the game. You can say that too. But if you guys care about the game jerseys, go ahead and vote. Color rush, home color rush. All right, Frizz, go color rush, and then I have to go here. Alright, 2 for color rush, we'll take it. I wonder if there's a London stadium. I kind of doubt it. Yeah, I don't think there's a London stadium, so we'll let them play in Ohio. Early as shit in the morning. It's 8:30 a.m., but we'll go p.m. That sounds good enough. All right, let's go.
Thank you.
It's an NFL Network exclusive game. Do you have Verizon? I think you'd be able to watch it on Verizon Mobile. No, I'm here. They have away color rush jerseys, but it's just like plain white, so we'll just go full purple. But if you have Verizon, you can watch on NFL Mobile, I believe. Otherwise, you have to maybe go to a B-Dubs. To go to B-Dubs at 8:30 in the morning.
Anticipation is bouncing for today's game, and we've got 2 quarterbacks looking to make an impact. It's the Vikings going up against the Browns. With that, it's time to hook up with our commentators in the booth as we turn it over to Brandon Guyton and Charles Davis.
We're just a stone's throw away from the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame as we get set for football at First Energy Stadium in Cleveland, Ohio. This was the scene a few minutes ago. The dog pound in full roar as
they don't have Verizon.
From their tunnel. They're ready to go.
All right, sketchy ass websites work good, especially if it's so sketchy. It's called like. It's like MeTube or something. YouTube, yeah, that's the one. The sketchiest of all sites.
We kept thinking tonight we're going to get to see a couple of very good passing offenses. And we're talking about both sides.
Ryan, Brett Favre, if he's available.
It's not just one guy that's going to make all the plays. If you take him away, maybe number 2, number 3, they make the big plays that impact who wins the game.
Here's Kai Forback.
See, I honestly don't know enough about the Cleveland quarterback situation to really make a good call. But here's the kickoff. It is up to the 20, to a decent return where he gets jacked at the 27, and that's where they started. And it's gonna be weird since we're gonna have some random starters playing special teams due to how Madden works.
And what an intriguing mix of arm talent, ability to run the football, and moxie is Deshaun Kaiser. He has everything you're looking for in a starting quarterback in the NFL. Just has to prove it now by being a consistent player.
The Vikings all need to blow this game up by 35 points. Yeah, I think the Browns are starting to get some pieces together. Like I thought they had a solid draft this year. Oh, but there it goes. Everson's already eating -3 yards off the bat. Everson Griffin's such a beast. As much as good as Xavier Rhodes, Harrison Smith are, Everson Griffin's like the same class this year. He really took a big step up. Anthony Barr's been playing great. Linval Joseph, of course, monster nose tackle. It's a lot of fun. Our defense is legit.
Getting into the offensive backfield, knocking someone down. Just what you said, setting the tone early for this game.
Jeez, you are fired up.
When I see a play like that, I can't help it.
Again, it's Crowell.
And stop right at the line of scrimmage. He went forward for a yard.
They'll get a couple yards back, but not more than that. They'll be left with 12 yards to go on 3rd down. And a peek now at the offense for Cleveland.
2016 was a very tough year for
Ryan. Cleveland just has to go with somebody and hope they at least kind of pan out. I think it's the best strategy. 5 turnovers? I like it. Well, I think that'd be a good question for the game preview. I've been liking doing these questions lately. That'd be a good one. Oh, as he threw, he just got it off, and then there you go. There's the 3-and-out to start the game, kind of like we all thought. The total offense for Cleveland, -1 yards.
There's an example of good situational football being played by a defense. They understood where the 3rd down
5 turnovers and 5 sacks. How's that?
Made sure that they didn't get anywhere near that, bringing up 4th down.
Yeah, they were sniffing.
Without Joe Thomas, they're so awful. I mean, this team was a 1-15 team with one of the best tackles in our generation. 6:24, yeah. I can see it. Oh, I'd like to see the Vikes get 30 versus the Browns. But they have decent pieces. Like, they have McCurdy. I don't know why they have such a good corner. Like, they have one of the better #1 corners in the league. Sherrill gets hit right as he got it, and we start at the 21. And the Vikings will take over here, 1st and 10. Minnesota Vikings take the field last week, beating Green Bay. Of course, Aaron Rodgers got injured in that game at 23-10. Case Keenum, the quarterback for Minnesota, for the 4th straight week in place of the injured Sam Bradford.
And he's played well. I don't think that by any stretch of the imagination can you not say that, because when you look at his numbers, when you look at how the team has responded to him,
I think the Vikings, I think on paper, are better than the Lions. Unfortunately, it just matters. Like, we could have Teddy back by then. Like, it's very plausible we have Teddy back. With Teddy, I think if Teddy's as good as he was, even just his rookie year, I think we can beat the Lions just fine. And we need Treadwell to have another good game. I'd like to see Treadwell end the year with like 400 yards or so, just so it's a decent year for him. And not a bad squad.
Very optimistic vision of what they would do on offense in 2016, but a couple of key injuries altered that landscape. Running back Adrian Peterson and quarterback Teddy Bridgewater.
Yeah, but even though they have a good defense, we should have so many possessions, because I don't think the Browns should be able to get drives more than 4 first downs at a time. Like, that'd be cool to shut out. And Keenum throws it deep, and Thielen! A strike down the middle of the field. Thielen strikes back. Thielen was pissed off last week. He was getting held like every play. If you're Thielen in that situation, you know you're getting held and you know the refs aren't calling it, stop complaining and just like push off. Oh, he did push off and he got called on it. So I guess he has all right to be pissed off.
That's often the difference in winning and losing.
What's up, TB?
That can knock a defense off balance, that'll drive a team towards a victory.
It's a comment.
So after that big play, let's see if they can catch their defense maybe on their heels.
1st and 10 from the 44. David Morgan checks in the game. And Murray running right up the middle, making one guy miss for 5 yards.
But couldn't do much else as he's wrangled down. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on first down. And now the starting defense for the Browns. When you look at Cleveland's defense,
do you think Myles Garrett? How big of a threat do you think Myles Garrett will be? Should be a good test for Mike Remmers because he looked really good this year. Wherever Garrett's gonna be on, that's gonna be the matchup to look for.
To give themselves a chance to make some plays in the passing game.
Because if we can get McCourty off our #1 guy, which is going to be kind of tough if all we really have for stretching the field is Thielen, McCourty will probably just shadow him. I don't know if McCourty is the kind of guy that'll go in the slot and carry him in there or what, but whatever. 2nd and 5, throws it deep and overshoots his receiver. I think that was Thielen again.
He was looking for Adam Thielen there. 3rd down here.
Oh, really, Ryan? You were there? You're right in the end zone seats? Man, that's sick. I've been trying to get someone to buy me tickets.
A couple of times on this opening drive, can't connect there.
Yeah, Rashad Hill was a great pickup. He was on the practice squad of the Jaguars, I believe. And Hannah, Pat F-line. Dropped by Treadwell on 3rd down. Boo. Long field goal. Madden will probably have him go for it, but since it's Madden, he'll miss it. That's the one thing I need to buff is just overall kicking power in the game. Okay. Oh, they'll just punt it. Okay. So what it be? This be a 54-yard field goal, and he was making these fine last week. They probably make this in real life, but whatever. They'll punt, and they'll force another 3 and out. Is that? And it's an.
Yeah, that is much too long. That's
an awful punt.
Time to see the offensive starters for Cleveland.
And Teddy is back, kinda.
16th straight road loss after losing at Houston last week.
The Teddy hype is real, though. I'm so excited. I think after the bye, our offense will finally be full together with Teddy back, a full good playbook around Teddy.
See a few wins for their labor. I really did. I thought they were doing a nice job putting a team together. But so far,
but as history says, I think 3 weeks should be plenty for Teddy. I don't think the playbook has changed a whole lot since he was playing. And they'll run to the left side. And Everson Griffin right there again. Nah.
That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down.
Well, you had to punt on your first drive, and on the first play of the second drive, you end up going backwards. I would dare say they need something good to happen right here, right now.
Oh, really? That's cool, Ryan. Is your brother a Vikings fan, too? Or are you going to have to convert him? He's like, hey, there are only garbage teams in L.A. Come to Minnesota. So I think Teddy's clearly a better option than Keenum. And intercepted somehow! I don't even know how that happened. Now it's Harrison Smith has the ball down the sideline. This might be how the Vikings score 30 points, Jacob. It's going to be our defense getting those 5 turnovers you asked for and getting our offense with good field position. With awful quarterbacks in Cleveland, they'll be throwing it. I don't even know how that happened. It bobbled into the hands of Harrison Smith. Oh, that's how that happened. And down the sideline. Unfortunately, Harrison Smith got tackled. Gonna get that pick 6. What the heck? The most unrealistic bouncing I've seen in my life, but we'll take it. The ball just hovered over the ground.
Like every week we're talking injuries.
Hell yeah, he's a Vikings man, great.
Shoulder injuries from this last week.
Yeah, and it's really unfortunate because we're talking about some of the most recognizable players in the league. Jameis Winston really coming on.
23 sacks? You want Everson Griffin getting the sack record? How digs it? How great would it be if Jared Allen's predecessor broke Jared Allen's record?
Winston, I think they could have brought him back, but they were cautious with him and kept him out of the game. And Simeon did play in the second half in their loss to the Giants.
Yeah, that's the good news. 2 of the 3.
Number 30, Murray again, and almost a broken tackle away from getting a touchdown, sets the Vikings up. 2nd and 4.
Nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
There's so many definitions of a complete back.
I think if Griffin's on the pace for like 20, so it's honestly not far off.
But how about when you put it all together as a
It's so weird because big sack guys usually get theirs in bunches, like 5 sacks in 3 games, but Everson's just been a sack or 2 every single game. And Murray again, touchdown! So much to like his touchdown last week. Murray is pawing over, keeping his balance just enough to keep his feet and knees up enough to get that touchdown over the goal line. What's up, Cody? On Sundays, you're Cody Stolzberg. What is the sack record? I'll look it up.
If they're smart, they do.
He's got it, and the Vikings take a 7-0 lead. They have the short
it's 22.5 sacks, Jacob, so they'll literally put him right at the sack record.
Bye, John.
Bye. Easy peasy lemon squeezy, the way it should be. This is how the Vikings should be doing with the Packers. Boom. And easily returnable. Oh, hammered at the 27. Is that Mackenzie Alexander playing special teams for some reason in Madden? Our defense is killer, and that is without the killer O.J. Simpson or Ray Lewis on the team.
I know you made a prediction that one of these 2 teams would win this past week.
Yeah, we had the Giants in there going into it as well, right? We had the Giants, 49ers, and Browns, and I predicted that the Browns would be the first to get off the schneid. Instead, it was the Giants.
Jacob Bastian could play against T.J. Clemmings and be the biggest slaughter of all time.
Don't make any more predictions, man.
Only 3 sacks? Well, if it's a lot of quick passes, sure. And nothing again, it's Kendricks.
He'll get it up to about the 28-yard line. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9. Quickly now a look at the defensive starters for Minnesota.
Minnesota head coach Mike Zimmer made his reputation as a defensive coordinator in this league, and that did not change in 2016. His team finished 3rd overall in total defense, and despite many injuries, kept his team in the playoff hunt throughout the season.
The general consensus is Kaiser will start for the Browns, but I honestly don't know a whole lot about him. I'll do some research before my game preview. So I'm gonna take around and watch that later this week. And hammered in the backfield. They cannot run the ball. I think they're so scared of letting their awful quarterback throw that they're just running the ball and hoping for the best. But this rush defense is too good.
I like the intensity this defense is showing right here in these first few drives. They're not just holding.
And Cleveland might just do a quarterback a quarter. They do it like a preseason. Since their whole team is like 3rd stringers anyways, it works out.
And on 3rd down, a nickel formation here defensively.
I don't get how the Browns can be so bad for so long. Now he finally has the time, but nobody can get open. It might be a covered sack. He runs into his own guard, right into the arms of Everson Griffin. There's your man, Jacob. He might get 23.5 sacks this game. That's just awful receiver. That's a quarterback not reading it very good. He has his running back wide open in the flat that he has to throw to, but instead he just sits there, runs into his own guard, pretty much humps him. I think we witnessed some gay sex on the field as he was humping his left guard for a couple seconds, but that's okay. And then Everson Griffin, probably was a tackle, and forces him off the field on 3rd down. They've been playing musical chairs for the last 10 years at quarterback.
Quit now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away.
Let's see if Sherrill can get a good return here. Since the Browns love to punt a lot, let's get a punt return by Sherrill for a touchdown.
Nice job bringing that one back. 14 on the return. And the offense will take over.
Oh, I went to a training camp too. I went, I believe, the Friday and Saturday, the last weekend training camp in Mankato, for the Saturday scrimmage. I have a vlog on my channel if you want to check that out. It's pretty nice.
Okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
From the 40-yard line, Keenum leads the Vikings back on the field and hands it to Murray, the big hole up the middle, and he gets a nice gain of 7 yards on first. So who do you get to meet, Cody? Because I didn't want to wait in line, tell me about that, but I really probably should have. Jake's Pizza Truck Foreman, I believe, was there.
Yeah, he's probably chortling on the headset right now saying, "We got it going, boys. Let's keep it going."
That's funny, Jacob. Sounds like something you got from your news talk this morning during your AM lift. Second and 3. A bunch of receivers on top of the screen. It's Treadwell on the bottom. And the pitch to Murray on the outside. He runs to his own guy, which slows him down for a loss of a yard. Second and 3.
Couldn't get the edge there, wasn't sealed, so maybe not all on the guy running the football.
Oh, really? You just like found him out and about or whatever?
I would agree with that totally because sometimes
that's the strategy I would want to do. I know some of my friends that go to Mankato for school, and Murray, they run on third down and get stopped down the line.
Their footwork and speed, it was negligible on that.
As
no gain at all for the offense.
Ogaba claps through the chest of Everson Griffin. Oh, not even Everson Griffin. Of our offensive lineman. I think it was Murray. He claps through his chest. That's a Mortal Kombat finisher. He tears his heart out on that one.
Here's Ryan Quigley now.
I think if Quigley can have a punt that's not god-awful now. He's a much better punter than what Madden gives him credit for. That's a nice looking punt there, and a call for just kidding, it's a god awful punt. What the hell?
Much too much leg there. That'll be a touchback. Here comes the Browns offense back onto the field. And 3 and out on the last drive. No points on the scoreboard. A little soul searching now.
I would say so, and they need to help out their defense a little bit. They've had to be on the field a lot more than normal, put them in some tough spots. But what's the old adage? When you get another chance, it gives you a better chance to do it right.
And again, they'll try to run up the middle. And Linval Joseph getting a paw in there. 6 rushes, -5 yards. I wish I could say I didn't see this coming, but we all saw this coming.
Finding a lane there. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield. Probably fortunate he was able to hold on to the football.
And they almost get something. They get 2 yards there. The longest run of the day. An absolute monster. A long, booming run for 2 yards.
One of my favorite safeties in the league is Harrison Smith. His ability to support in the run game, as we just saw there, that's key, but also can cover deep as well.
Third down, Kaiser.
Now he has some time, he's gonna run, and now he's sacked. Linval Joseph saying, Everson's not the only guy on this team that gets sacks. I'm a sacked Papa. Papa sack.
Well, how about that? A dime set on defense, 6 defensive backs, None of them blitz. They're just back there in coverage. Defensive lineman gets the sack.
That's where the O-line, they go to the sideline, they keep their helmets on so the cameras can't find them, right?
Yeah, the cameras can't find them, but I know one thing.
Oh, that's neat, Cody. That's why I live about an hour away. I mean, I'm in college now, but I live there in the summer about an hour away from Mankato. So it's not too bad of a trip, but New Orleans like 15 minutes, so that's really nice. So that's really good for you. A big booming punt. We are in good. We have 3 defenders back there. Sherrills make the first guy miss, and Marcus Sherrills gets us to near midfield, right at the 50-yard line. About under 200 yards would be nice. The Ravens didn't get much more than that, did they? I usually don't look at full yards when I do my reviews.
Shake things up a little bit to try and get this offense moving.
Okay, so how do you do that? How do you shake things up?
You look at what you've called before, realize it hasn't worked so well. Go to something else. And maybe you try and find one of those special plays from one of your better players, and maybe try and hit something big and get things going in the excitement area.
Now, 3 receivers on the field out of the shotgun. Looks like they're going to open up through the air this time. And Keenum has time, but he doesn't throw it all because he's retarded and gets sacked. Myles Garrett, the rookie, the first overall pick, gets half a sack. That's completely on Helen Keller, Case Keenum. Riley Reed got backed into him. I think he credit Riley Reed for the half a sack on that one. That's realistic, Madden, of course. I'm hoping we can get Teddy back after the bye. That's my thought process. And they have a hole and an isolation play. Keenum, it's Murray gets a nice run, gets a sack yardage plus some, gives the Vikings a 3rd and 7.
Well, they're making an effort to get the ground game going tonight. So far, it's working. I like what we're seeing from the offensive line. They seem to have the leverage going and they're controlling things and reestablishing the line of scrimmage, moving that defensive front backwards. But also like what the runner's giving us, too. It appears that he's been waiting all day long to get out here and take off.
Yeah, Jacob, I would have rather not play a soft zone in that last couple drives. Just put the second team defense out there. We don't, especially like their stars, we don't need the deep. It's Thielen deep, and he drops it. Something that doesn't happen in real life. Only here, folks, when you see a drop pass from Adam Thielen. Practically wide open in football terms, over the top of the Browns, and he can't maintain control of the ball when he goes to the ground, and the Vikings will have to punt.
Here's Ryan Quigley now, as he's on to punt for Minnesota.
Yeah, it's annoying, Jacob. What I was saying, we just do main coverage, put J-Ron Curson for Harrison Smith, let like Tremaine Brock or someone awful play for Xavier Rhodes. Get Everson. Maybe, yeah, sure. Take Everson out. I don't care. Just take Linval out. I don't think Linval probably plays in that situation anyways. Just don't let our superstars, don't chance the superstars get hurt, and let our young guys go out there and make plays during that garbage time. Yeah, like, it wasn't quite a blowout, but at least that last drive. Why risk injuries in that situation? Throws it underneath to their first-round pick tight end for a nice gain for a first down. The first down of the day for the Browns. Congratulations, you guys did it.
Nearly 17 yards a catch in college. Those are wide receiver.
Yeah, keep. That's funny, Jacob. Because even if we had a bunch of second and third string corners in, I think that'd still target Trey Waynes, which would be the funniest thing.
That catch radius huge, and what he does after the catch, really impressive.
See, they didn't really go back to that play, so I don't know if it was pass interference on that. I don't know the announcer said, so I would appreciate the flag.
first
I'm
down.
not wondering why. As Everson gets his second sack of the game, completely beating the rookie tackle. 2 sacks. First quarter, Everson Griffin.
Second sack of the night.
I'm starting to feel for that quarterback.
You know
right
what?
there. I mean,
Cody, I have a video on the suspension by Sendeo, but
in this case,
I think it's kind of weird. Like, I understand it just based off the hit alone, but in the context of the Bengals guy that was stomping people, and the NFL don't seem to care about that. That's where it bugs a lot of Vikings fans. See, Jacob, I would rather, even if it's a pass interference call, say the refs still throw the flag for pass interference, we get the ball regardless. But I want to see Treadwell just win that battle and catch the ball. And
he'll take it ahead to the 20.
Tackled for nothing.
A 4-yard pickup that gets him going.
That'd be so mean, Jacob.
On third down.
I don't want the Vikings to start injuring players because they're like, oh, Vikings are dirty, look at them.
Much of them at all so far. They've stacked them up pretty well, but when you're trying to run the football, sometimes you got to play the long game. Keep handing it to them.
And there's our first quarter, boys. 7-0.
Turn into 6, 7, 8, and maybe more later on.
The NFL on EA Sports is fueled by Gatorade, the sports fuel company.
Back with Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. The Browns with a football to begin quarter number 2. They do, however, have
Yeah, no, I'm not saying they're like, you know, carry him to the upper deck and slam him to the ground. But just the fact that even if we just, you know, like, legally injured players, all their fans would start pointing at them. Oh, look at them! Another injured player by the Vikings. Look at that. They're so dirty. Even though they aren't. That's just what the consensus would be saying. As he has all the time in the world, throws it in, incomplete.
Third down, unsuccessful.
Fortunately, Trey Waynes didn't get flagged for pass interference on that one. And they're throwing punches on the sideline.
On every snap, another nice job there to force an incompletion.
Here's Britton Colquitt now. He's been terrific so far.
I really want to see Trey step up and just start making plays. It's not fair to say we want Trey Waynes to be Marcus Peters, but we want Trey Waynes to be Marcus Peters, you know what I'm saying?
12 yards on the return that time. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10.
Like,
the Vikings offense now, they get ready to head back on the field.
He's going to look a lot worse because Xavier Rhodes on the other side. Quarterbacks are going to throw to the other side of Xavier Rhodes because they know he's so darn good. They aren't going to test 29, so they'll throw 26. That's just the idea of it, but still, it's so frustrating when he gets beat by the same plays every single time. There's a decent chance Diggs plays this week. Because he was just questionable. He practiced some last week, so I think if this was a Packers game, I think he plays, but it's a Browns, so he might not have as much motivation to get in. But yeah, Jacob, like, this defense last year was great, and it literally just got younger and more experienced, so there you have it. And we actually have an offense that's decent enough so we can give our defense a break every now and again. And they pitch the outside with Murray, and McCurdy shuts that down again. He gets 3 yards.
I do know from experience that when you slow down someone's running game, you're not doing the dictating.
Yeah, but after the bye week, if he's not in, I'd be extremely surprised.
Still have to be alert for the draws and other plays of that nature and make sure you don't get hurt.
Get all kinds of pieces back at the screen. I set it up, McKinnon, and just enough for the first down brings us over right at midfield at the 50-yard line. A nice little screen to the jet.
Let's give a little credit there. The offensive play caller sensed that the screen pass was available. Whenever you're getting a lot of heavy pressure towards your quarterback, that's when you're thinking about running the screen and using that pressure against the defense. And it worked very well there for a first down.
Yeah, Jacob, and the Ravens are like a top 5 pass defense. And play action, they have all the time in the world. He's going to throw it. Almost. Where are you throwing it? There's no Vikings in the area. He just throws it to double coverage to two Browns and no Vikings.
Didn't they really cut loose with that one? Sharp, strong. Didn't lead to a completion, though. Made it very difficult.
But yeah, and those points were without Diggs, without Dalvin Cook. But we went through 2 left guards in the game. Like, our offense is something else this year, like compared to last year. And there's a nice catch to Murray. Makes the first guy miss for a few extra yards. We're nearing the field goal range. As we really want to extend this lead here, start putting this game away.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
First and 10. See if the Vikings start taking shots to the end zone now.
On first and 10.
Yeah, that's the one thing the Ravens weren't really good at, is rush defense. They're really bad at that, actually. So I hope Murray's good game wasn't just because the Ravens suck at running defense. But if we can get this going, this is just a better version of what we had a few years ago with Asiata and McKinnon. We have Murray, which is the better version of Asiata, and smarter McKinnon. And that's behind a much better offensive line. Here's Bunch on the top of the screen. It's Treadwell on the bottom again. Murray in the backfield, and we go to Murray again. Stop right at the line of scrimmage for no gain.
He's going to be stopped in his tracks at the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be second down. And a couple of big boys up front defensively, and in that 4-3, those D tackles so vital.
Extremely vital. I love how you describe that, because if they control things up front, often it's over the
Yeah, Treadwell is finally coming alive. That's really nice to see. And Murray has a blocking. Murray again is gone. Touchdown Vikings, a 20-yard burst for Latavius Murray.
Second touchdown here in this first half. And the Vikings find a way to stretch their lead. And always a good.
This is what I mean by he's Matt Asiata, but better. He can give you those short 3-yard gains. He can also give you a burst of 20 for a touchdown. Oh yeah, Jacob, I was going to talk about that in my review. I was going to make fun of you for starting McKinnon over Murray. Oh. Honestly, if I was you, I'd flip a coin, but I would not feel right with that decision either way. I think the safer bet is Murray, because that's the guy that'd get more touchdowns. But I think it's up to you. Only 9-point favorite? Did those analysts hit their head when they were a child? Yeah, see, that's a good point, Gary. I mean, I don't want to be like, yeah, let's just play all of our second and third stringers if the Browns are god-awful, so it should be an easy win. So if we let her get too complacent. We could get upset, and I really don't want that to happen.
The question, Charles, is what's the formula for keeping him better protected? Because as we see, the protection, it struggled.
And normally what you get is renewed determination. When the big guy gets hit, that usually sparks people. Hey, we can't let this happen anymore. They take it personally.
That is massive.
He's not supposed to be on the ground, but that hasn't been the case so far.
Yeah, McKinnon was still decent last week. For a number 2, that's good protection.
The offensive line, so he doesn't get hit as much.
And we'll see if they can keep him off the ground now going forward.
Like, that's so fun to see. When last year, what was our average rushing yards last year? Like 3 yards? And McKinnon had like 3.3, so that's still better than what we had last year. And he's a good receiver. And shout out to Isaiah Cowell for having positive yards rushing the ball finally. But they're still at -7 pass yards, so about that.
That was the highest by a Cleveland Brown running back since 2010.
And that sounds impressive, but I think there's much more out there for him. If Cleveland plays even with people, not from behind, he'll get more carries, more touches, and his yardage will go up.
Oh, it's a fumble! The Vikings pick it up. They had 6 guys there. Did they do it? And of course they didn't. It was super glued to the glove.
All I can say about this play is that someone's living right. I mean,
what even happened? Harrison Smith jammed it out. Kendricks went to swoop it up. And was he just on top of it? I'll hope it was just on top of it. No, it'd be fine. Funny, Ryan. The Lions just take the dive. We're the only team that can own 16. Get out of here.
This is 3rd and 8.
Dude, the Vikings blitz here, and they don't. They rush 4. Everson, they have a wide open, and they're going to pick up a 3rd down. A 3rd and pretty long. 8 yards. They get it.
That's good for a Cleveland first down, an 11-yard pickup.
I like how they worked the tight end on a nice little under route there. And
yes, they did.
not much space, he's not going to catch the football.
Hell, it's frozen over. Not just Cleveland, they got first down. What? Man, that's tough, Jacob.
First down, Kaiser.
Oh, should have almost intercepted. Went through his fingers.
They were looking for the former Auburn Tiger, Ricardo Lewis.
I hate voting for the Packers. I think you have to, right? The Lions are the bigger threat.
Standing at 5'6".
You think Rodgers is coming back week 15, Gary? Is that like a rumor, or is that just what you're throwing out there?
5'6" or shorter to throw a touchdown pass in the NFL since Wee Willie Smith.
And Cowell runs again. He has a hole this time, and he goes forward for 6 yards. Cowell's starting to get going. Another 3rd down. Oh, you've heard that? All right.
Eddie was 5'7", folks. He was posted.
Well, I'll see what happens.
Okay?
I got it right here. Wee Willie Smith. You are correct.
Thank you.
The Browns on 3rd down. Just 1 for 5 to this point. This will be 3rd and 5.
And the Vikings blitz, and he gets it off, throws it, he was wide open as loose, but then he drops it.
Through the contact. Incomplete.
Newman might have gotten a piece of it, but he had a step on him for a nice long game, but he dropped it on 3rd down and long, and now the Browns will have to punt.
Here's Britton Colquitt now. They'll boot it away from about his 35.
I mean, I can't really believe the Vikings are 0-3 against the Lions the last 3 games. They've all been close games too. Like how do one of those games not just go our way? And I thought that maybe the Browns have punted so much in their life that they would have the most god punter of all time and had that right at the corner, but they did not. Why are they making a stat line of that? Man, Jarek McKinnon has looked god awful this game. He's got to get a single yard. He hasn't ran the ball yet. God, Madden's stupid sometimes. I agree, Ryan. The Vikings have been loving this set. Again, 3 receivers tight on the on top of the screen. This is Treadwell or Thielen alone on the bottom, and they're going to Rudolph for a nice gain, first down of 18 yards.
This one across the 35. He goes for 18 there as the drive will continue.
A lot of tight ends just use their size and their strength, try to occupy some space and kind of body people away and catch the football. But not this guy. He's a refined route runner. Makes me wonder if he took some dance classes in his background with his footwork.
David Morgan checks in the game as they get 2 tight ends. Got both receivers on top of the screen. Murray in the backfield. And they'll do a short pass here and throws it incomplete as, my God, Keenum has looked awful.
Receiver was Laquan Treadwell, and that'll bring up second down. Charles, that'll give us an opportunity to survey.
We had no business losing the Lions all 3 games.
There's maybe some parity reigning supreme.
I know, like this year's game, I think Keenum was just god awful, if I believe.
The Chargers beating the Raiders. That's another one.
Yeah, that was the game that Cook got hurt and he fumbled, so that was bad luck. As Murray doesn't wait for his blockers and gets hit in the backfield for a 4-yard loss, brings up a 3rd and 14. As the Vikings are looking not very good against the Browns, but this is the Browns that we all kind of knew were here. Their defense is okay. Offense, god awful. Exactly what it's looking like.
Game on their way to the undefeated season.
Control.
Vikings on 3rd down.
He'll be alive.
They've only converted once in 4 tries. This is 3rd and 14.
And can they do something? It's a 4-man rush. No one's getting close, and Keenum throws it and got Thielen on a little corner route. First down, Adam Thielen. Thielen's gonna have to low-key have a good game. This could be, if it's McCurdy on Thielen, you could really expect Thielen to be under 60 yards, which means Treadwell, maybe Michael Floyd, depends if Diggs is healthy or not, but if we're on the premises that he's going to be out, maybe Floyd's in, one of those two. But Treadwell have a good game, maybe another big game for Jarius Wright. But I really want Treadwell to just go out. He's had a good game. 5 receivers, nobody in the backfield with Keenum. And the Browns blitz, he's going to get out quickly to Rudolph for no gain.
He maybe makes it back to the line of scrimmage. That's it. No gain there on the completion. 2nd and 10.
Pass complete, but no gain.
No yards.
Yeah.
So you file that as unsuccessful.
Yeah, you do, don't you? Except on the stats, throwing the ball,
Get a completion.
you get a catch.
Yeah.
But still, no yardage. Okay.
I like how the announcers dissected that one. I think the Vikings have 3 tight ends on the field here, and they'll run behind them, and Murray had a little bit of a hole, got closed quickly, goes forward for 5 yards.
And that leaves him with 5 more. 3rd and 5 now.
And there's a run to be happy with. Good, solid yardage. They'll take that anytime you hand the ball to a back.
The Vikings on 3rd down. 2 for 5 to this point. This will be 3rd and 5.
I like it, Jacob. And they do this up another screen. They don't throw it for some reason. What will Keenum do? Now he throws it right into the hands of the Browns. My God. The Vikings drafted Helen Keller and Tactus, number 7, on her jersey.
Absolutely have to come up with a big play. That nearly was one right there.
Looked over at the sideline immediately after the drop and just saw the dejection. They felt it. They thought he had it. Unfortunately,
And of course, your boy McKinnon just sitting there.
Here's Ryan Quigley now.
Hey, Jacob, yeah, Ryan helping you out.
For the 4th time tonight.
So I was hoping there'd be at least a way to watch it.
First kick 47. This one looks
And is it going to be out of bounds?
Out of bounds.
And there we go. Quigley being actually useful.
Getting set to go here, Isaiah Crowell in the offense. Trot back out there. He's had a good chunk of carries. Problem is for very
I would hope so,
success.
Jacob, because when we played the Steelers, we could still watch it. So if it's like the same way we do it a couple years ago, should be able to find a way to watch it.
The defense has done a nice job against him today. When it's all said and done, it's all about the guy in the mirror. He has to get it done better going forward.
See if he can look and do some soul searching now. And tough starting field position here.
See if the Vikings get a pick 6 here, huh? They'll probably run 3 times and then punt, but we'll see what happens. And they have a hole, but then he falls over for 2 yards.
Carry there, 2nd and 8.
Well, he hasn't made much of an impact in the running game thus far, and after that last
So who is on team get up at 8 a.m. to watch this game squad?
Going, and really the offensive line not helping him much.
Browns do the Vikings play with 3 receivers type on the top of the screen and then 1 receiver on the bottom. Tesla, the Vikings only blitz 4. Short completed to Nikau, but he dropped it after a big hit by Anthony. Then Anthony Barr backslaps him to the ground.
first half, they've come after him, they've sat back. I think that's what you need to do to keep an offense guessing.
And they certainly have kept them on their toes. That's why
Boy,
they haven't had much
and
success
slammed to
on
the ground with his
scoreboard.
backhand. Oh, yeah, Jacob, you're the crazy guy that gets up to lift at 6 a.m. whatever.
Kaiser from the gun on 3rd.
And they complete it. Wide open was Cotes.
Just what the Browns needed there. Good for a gain of 17.
That's the Viking thing to do. Give up those 3rd and longs for no reason. Yo, Barr blowing up screens has been incredible. Back to what we saw his rookie year. Well, I guess since everybody else is, I guess I gotta get up at 8-2. Viking gods are probably nodding at me right now, telling me I have no choice in the matter. Two receivers on the field, 2 tight ends, and it looks like they'll be running on the right side behind the Cowell. When they do, power to the right side, they have a big hole. Cowell gets hammered by Harrison Smith, a big hit, decapitated by number 22, but he still picked up a nice gain. Harrison Smith absolutely destroyed him though, making him earn all those yards. Holy cow. Knocked the air out of him.
Touchdown sprint week 2 against Baltimore.
This one not quite as long. Didn't end in 6, but still a great game.
Yo, the Barr and Kendrick's duo is so damn good. Like, I think low-key that Kendricks took a step back this year.
And he'll lose
But like, he still looked really good. Maybe he just had an off game or something. Or maybe he's just not looking as good because Barr is still looking amazing.
With the struggles we're seeing up front for the offense
But I
today,
love it.
they've
When you're in the
change
nickel
up their
90% of the time, or if you're playing the Packers 100% of the time, it's just having 2 stud linebackers is so key. And our front 4s are so good. We have Daniil Hunter and Everson Griffin, probably the 2 best, like the best combination edge rushers. Hunter hasn't really hit it up yet, but we know he can get 16 plus sacks.
2 minutes remain.
Everson's on pace to get 20. Linval Joseph is a guy that can get 6 to 8, maybe like 6 sacks or so. But be the best run-stopping defensive tackle in the league. Tom Johnson's the weakest spot, but he's still really solid. If you guys forgot a guy, we actually have a first-round defensive tackle that plays in the 3-tech, Sherry Floyd. If he was healthy, my goodness, but unfortunately he's died of cancer or whatever, so we won't have him. But Tom Johnson's been great as a backup. Shamar Steffen's really solid. I like Jaleel Johnson being in there eventually. Trey Waynes needs to get better a little bit, but man, our team's still good. Now he has time again, and he's gonna get another first down to Brett. See if the Browns can get points before the first half is over. Yeah, I think that's the game I was thinking about, Ryan. He had a couple missed tackles in a drive that made him look bad. Now they go, hurry up there. Kaiser again has all the time in the world. Throws it deep, a wide open corner route. Over the top of Rhodes. Throwing it where Sendeo was at. Must have got out of bounds.
I hope I don't sound too rah-rah on that one, but that's the exact right throw. Either your receiver gets it or no one gets it. Give him a lot of credit for being really precise with it.
Got rid of it. No one got it. Offense walks to the line for play number 7 of the drive.
And after the Browns gain, I'll have a lot of fun week. As Kendrick's on the blitz, he throws off his back foot, and he caught but out of bounds. In coverage, Xavier Rhodes.
The throw led him a little too far. It brings up 3rd down.
Feels like they're getting caught in between here because they didn't completions on 1st and 2nd down. Now you got to worry a little bit about the clock because you prefer not to give them another shot here in the first half. But if you don't pick up the first down, guess what? You're likely going to have to.
On 3rd down.
And by thinking blitz 7, they throw behind him again on their first down, and a big hit will stop them. But the Browns, I never thought I'd say this in my life, are driving.
Browns passing game finding its stride. They've got another first down.
No, Ryan, the Vikings have like 5 Defensive Player of the Year candidates. It's crazy. And since we have so many, it's almost like they probably won't get it. We'll probably have like 5 or 6 all-pro guys. But since they're all good, voters will be like, oh yeah, Harrison Smith is great. Well, that's because you didn't have to worry about this other receiver because Xavier Rhodes was here. And the only reason they look good at all is because Everson Griffin and Daniil Hunter were getting pressure on the quarterback. And the Vikings blitz 7 and they force a quick pass. Daggled inbounds. A nice play by Terrence Newman. -2 yards.
Now before the 2nd down play, we'll get whistles and a timeout. As they'll stop it with exactly a minute to go before halftime.
Yeah, I would give Trey Waynes like slightly above average or so.
So the offense took the timeout. Looks like they're ready to go as we get set to resume the action.
I mean, I don't think he's made a pass interference play in the last couple of weeks, so that's something.
It's already 2nd and 12. The defense hoping to push them back more.
Come on, let's go.
To the air again, Kaiser.
Those underneath to Britt.
And a stoppage here, a timeout before this 3rd down play takes place. As the clock will stop with 55 seconds.
Yeah, and they did the double A-gap blitz. I used to do that all the time a couple years ago, and then Zimmer just slowed that down a lot and done more things. Yeah, that's just like, yeah, we don't need to get extra guys.
They took the timeout, and now they get set to line up as we resume action.
Sim's just like, we got Rhodes, we good. 3rd and 7. Definitely in field goal range here. That's what the Vikings defense can do. Maybe a sack here will at least get them in a deep field goal range. See what happens.
The Browns on 3rd down. They've converted 3 times in 8 chances. This is 3rd and 7.
No, if they pick up a few yards here, I would, maybe not. I'll think maybe they'd go for it, and they incomplete here. And coverage, Xavier Rhodes.
If you want to get back into the game, these are the kind of throws you got to
Every play against the Browns. Sign both linebackers every single time.
And those are the throws that haven't been available to them every time he's dropped a pass. Yeah, that's a big miss.
I wouldn't mind seeing Anthony Barr take one to the house. He can be in the pass coverage every now and again. And to be fair, their linebackers are probably the best receivers, so having good linebackers in coverage is probably a good thing. Now, the Vikings have 3 timeouts. If Keenum isn't your boy Helen Keller, as the TV just gave me a seizure, We should have a pretty good, decent chance of getting points before half. We'll have to see what happens.
But you wanted to be ecstatic. You wanted to have 6 on the board. On the opposite sideline, though, the defense, I think they're high-fiving each other, only giving up 3 after letting them run that much offense.
Holy cow. This black screen's taking forever. There we go. I don't know why they do all these cutscenes in Madden. I think you just turn that off and then study. Boom! Giving a nice long return here. Coley's going to take it out for right inside the end zone, gets to the 20, and a battered return right at the 20 to the 21. That's like how bad the Vikings receivers were a few years ago. When it was just a bad fit with like Mike Wallace and Chad Johnson, or not Chad Johnson, that's stupid. I screen to the left side, but Keenum stupid doesn't throw it. It's Myles Garrett again with a sack. God dang it. Jerome Simpson, we had Molasses Mike Jenkins. Jerome Simpson. Who was that Browns receiver that we had? I forgot what his name was. Yeah, you look good with Teddy. I forgot his name, but there you go, Charles Johnson. That's what I was thinking of. And my God, this Vikings offense isn't going anywhere. But there's halftime. The Vikings the ball back at the second half. 14-3.
Down to Orlando, where Larry Ridley has our EA Sports halftime report. Larry?
All right, Brandon, back to you guys in a minute. But first, it's indeed time for our EA Sports halftime report. The Browns are behind right now, but the home crowd should give them a boost. The Vikings have come in and looked good as the road team. And we'll just keep trying to play.
All right, Jacob. Number 1 need.
All right,
that's so tough. Like, ideally, like, probably, like, you could say tackle. You can make a case for quarterback, but I'd hope not. Maybe safety, if we finally wanted to replace Sendejo. But I've always been kind of a Sendejo advocate. I kind of like Jaron Curse too, as maybe a future starter.
So that'll do it from our EA Sports Studios. Let's get you back up to Cleveland as we rejoin Brandon.
I like Isadora as a starting long-term right guard. So we can still use the left guard help because Berger will probably retire this year. We'll probably need another corner eventually. I don't know if that's number 1 need, but that's definitely a position when you draft in. Yeah, Ryan, I agree. Like, Isadora, starting long-term right guard, probably. Andy Carlson has said before that he liked the idea of sliding Remmers in at guard. And it's Rodney Adams taking the under if Fitzgerald is hurt. And he's going to take it to the 25. Welcome to the big squad, Rodney Adams. Oh, that might just be my depth chart I have. Not sure why Wilson's going out on the field.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just
But Isidore right guard. If Remmer is a better suited for guard, and we put him at either left or right guard, I think Isidore can play either one. I think he obviously can because what he's done before. Center, we're set there. Reef, we're set there. And if we have Rashad Hill, who's a possible starter at tackle too. Very interesting. We have a lot of options. Are the Vikings? We 3 pancakes on that play, and we only get 2 yards.
You know that old expression, it's not my night. It hasn't been his so far. I don't know if the legs are a little bit heavy. Sometimes
yeah, that's a possibility, Jacob. But we're at the point where I don't see us being able to have a rookie start for our team. So get a few second rounders. So we found Dalvin Cook in the second round, so there's no reason to think that we could get like a maybe. I am feeling with the second drop of the game. This haven't happened in real life, but you do it against Cleveland twice. Realism. Production. I think overall for our offense, honestly, I think I like McKinnon because I think he's a slightly better blocker and he's got better hands and for screens and stuff. But overall, as a running back, I'd say Murray. If that makes any sense to you. Keenum has time, see if the receiver can get open. He has all the time in the world, but will he throw? He could probably run. He could run easily and get the first down. But instead, he's going to throw wide open into McKinnon.
And all the way down to the 29. A big play for the Vikings on third down. 44 yards. Great patience in the pocket. Of course, it's easy to be patient when the protection's good, and it was.
Yeah, you've got to pat those guys on the helmet and say thanks because they gave him plenty of time to stay back there, survey the field, go through the reads that he wanted to, and deliver the ball accurately. That was really well executed.
And now a first down following that long gain.
Yeah, see, if we'll have the 32nd first round pick, so of course we're going to win the Super Bowl this year. And another first down to Rudolph dropped it, man. The Vikings had a giant box of buttery popcorn in at halftime. Everyone was just passing that around.
He's going to have to absorb the contact, and as a result, unable to hold on to the football.
Vikings might lose, you say?
Unable to connect on the first down pass play. Now it's second down.
3 tight ends are on the field, and the Vikings will pass out of it. Tight end dive. It's Blake Bell with his, well, gotta be one of his first catches in purple.
Down to the 10-yard line. 19 yards on the pickup there, and now they'll have it first and goal.
It's so important to tackle well against these guys, but you and I both know that's easier said than done when the guy you're trying to tackle looks like this guy.
And it's usually going to take more than one man to get him down, and it did right there.
So we'll have a late first round pick, so we could easily trade back to like the middle of the second round, get like a second and a fourth or fifth, something like that. Maybe trade one of those back for another second round pick. We had a big hole in the left side, but he doesn't see it and runs it into a Brown. And maybe get 2 seconds and a third, and those could be really key members of our team next year. Because anything past a third will probably take a few years to develop, unless you're Stephon Diggs. But that's usually just how it works.
And fire out and create some space in the run game.
Second and 9, then run up the gut again. Murray has another hole. Touchdown, Murray. No, they'll call it short. Just short. 3rd and inches at the 1. They didn't even get the first down. How?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point. Going to make that defense stand up and stop them.
Yeah, if we can, Jacob.
3 for 7 so far in this game.
I don't know how. Where's the inch line? We have to go a millimeter? And they'll pitch it for some reason to get a millimeter, and we lose 4. The worst play call in the history of all time.
Brandon, I believe that they were in 4-down territory, and that's what they were thinking. But after the loss, I've got to kick the field goal. No way I'm going to go.
I would love it if Bradford could come back for a game or something so we could trade him before the trade to the deadline. That would be best case scenario for me. I don't know if any team would trade more than a 3rd round pick for him. But I think most teams would at least trade, you know, like a 4th round pick or something for Sam. Up and good. A 2 touchdown lead.
And they will stretch the lead now to 17-3.
Well, it's not unusual to know that Kai Forbath has kicked for multiple NFL teams, right? Washington, New Orleans. They took over the Vikings job when Blair Walsh ended his tenure there when he was struggling. How about his start with the Vikings, though? Made 15
the Browns to take him?
Yeah, he took over.
I don't think they probably would.
Every field goal the rest of the
They just
season.
cross their fingers that they'd finally get a quarterback and then they wouldn't get hurt. Well, you'd think just law of probability. They'll be like, alright, Bradford has got all of his injuries out of his way. He's never going to get hurt again in his life. He's going to live to 140 years old. So he's got all the injuries he could possibly wither. I'm not sure if that's exactly how it works, but I think probability says so.
Forbath now to kick it away after the made field goal. Now it's Duke Johnson here on the return.
And stop, just past 25.
At the 28-yard line. Here's the Browns now. They get set for their first possession of the 3rd quarter. They trail offense, first time to touch the ball in quarter 3, and we'll see.
I mean, the Packers might take him this year. they might trade for Bradford just to take his collarbone and implant it in Aaron Rodgers. How's that? That's probably worth a 1st round pick for the Packers.
Shocker. Try and get after him early and try and create a big play to give themselves some momentum.
See what they have up their sleeve.
And they run to the right side. A big hole for Cowell. He gets hit hard, but he gets a nice gain on 1st down.
Across the 40-yard line. A good play there as the Browns strike for 16 and a 1st down.
Sometimes it's hard to believe, but there are times this game is about patience, isn't it? Has had the game he expected, but that run there, that may get him going.
I was just going to say, maybe that gives him a little juice, because you're right, he struggled, especially in that 1st half.
Yeah, and I know the great ones always think to
The problem with that, Jacob, the Browns will just draft him again next year. They'll be there again next year. They'll probably be like, well, the quarterback we got last year is not good, so we'll create this quarterback. Another big hole for Cowell, and a big hit by Harrison Smith. Knocks the hair out of him. I think he felt that one.
3 on 1st down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
Well, so many times we look at a short run and we praise the offense for trying to set the tempo and establish things, but the defensive guys, hey, they just won the battle there. It wasn't a big run given up. They don't always have to absorb the body blows. Sometimes they dish them out themselves.
Now a handoff here to his running back. And taking it across midfield.
That's probably the better strategy, never hard logic.
It's a gain of 10, and the
Just
Browns are going to get a 1st down.
stink it up at your pro day. Just pull a Teddy Bridgewater, right? Just suck as much as you possibly can. My God, that's why Teddy's a genius. He looked bad on the pro day for a reason. Don't want the Browns to draft him. Let them draft Johnny Manziel. Now the Browns are just tanking so they can get a whole team of 22 first overall picks, and then they'll go 2 and 14, 1 and 1st and 10, and they go to another running back, and he is. I think the Viking defense is getting tired out.
Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down.
Looks like they're establishing a pretty good pattern here because they've been very heavy in the running game on the last 4 plays.
Yeah, you took the words right out of my mouth. So far, 4 plays in this drive, all 4 on the ground. 2nd down following the run.
Single receiver. Hey, Jordan Island over there. Single receiver. Let's go.
They'll try to throw here. Kaiser.
And intercepted by Trey Waynes. We love Trey Waynes.
Let's face it, perfection is something we all chase, whether it's playing this game or whatever we do. Hard to
I don't have a homeless dude. That's hilarious.
As that pass goes incomplete.
The Browns on third down. They've converted a
No, I was in the mindset that I wouldn't have minded too much if the Vikings would have drafted Johnny Manziel. I was like, oh, fine. Fran Tarkenton says he'll be good. Of course, he'll be good. As he is a big lane. Can he get tackled? No, he cannot. The Browns make this a close game.
Duke Johnson, 38 yards. And the Browns have cut it back within a score. That's the score you felt they had to have here in the third quarter to get back in this game.
And you know that there was an emphasis on their side. Hey, we know this, we know where we are.
Yeah, it is good.
Sometimes
we got Pat Shermer out of the deal. We'll take it.
you don't get the score. A perfect combination of urgency, yet relaxed enough to get it done.
Yeah, I'd rip Joe Thomas. I would have loved it if we could have traded for him. I don't know why the Browns didn't just trade Joe Thomas off. I mean, just do it for the man. Let him have a chance to feel like what a win is. I mean, you just gotta feel so bad for the guy.
That time a 6-play drive, and it's capped off by the Browns touchdown.
Easily, Errol. Welcome aboard. The team overall difference is 2 points in Madden. Like a 74 and a 72. It's ridiculous.
This fielded at the 2.
And Coley gets it to the 30, to the 33. The Vikings really need a good drive here. The offense has been really bad. I think that's really making the defense tire out. And you've been seeing that for the Browns. They've been driving. Although for me, a title that says the Browns upset the Vikings sounds probably a lot better for people to click on it. But I don't want to see that.
They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But they also have to remember they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them. Not easily done.
Starting out of the shotgun, see if Helen Keller Case Keenum can make an accurate throw. No, they'll run to the right side. Murray has a big hole. Murray down the sideline to the 50. He goes forward to the 50 to the 48-yard line.
Enemy territory. That burst good for 20 and a first down.
You and I both know that you don't really.
I think the best I've seen in power rankings for us is 6. But the power rankings probably the most meaningless statistic in sports. It's so stupid. How one guy says how he ranks the teams. Okay. Bradford joined by 2 people in the backfield. They fake to Keenum. Oh, runs right into a sack. My God, is Case Keenum stupid? Runs right into the arms of the Browns defensive end for a 6-yard sack. Number 5 in Bleacher Report. There's one analyst that likes it. See, that's why it's stupid. There's like 10 different power rankings that come out every week. Well, ESPN also has Dak Prescott's chode in their mouth, so there's that. Second and 16, the Vikings in the I-2 receivers on the top of the screen, Rudolph on the bottom. And they have a big hole. It's Murray has a nice hole, he drives forward, makes it a manageable third down.
More than half of it back, but it's still a 3rd and 8. And that looked like some pretty easy yardage there right up the gut.
And he's a guy that has some height to him. So when you don't have to drop a shoulder or create or
Yeah, that's just Madden AI though, Ryan. I know I yell at Keenum for it, but it's honestly just stupid Madden AI. They'll stand there and go the wrong way. They won't look like an actual quarterback and like step into the pocket or scramble out. They'll just run straight into the defensive end.
They've converted 3 times in 8 chances. This is 3rd and 8.
4 receivers on the field. See what Keenum can do. They have the Browns a blitz. The Vikings set up a screen to the left side. It's wide open. They have all kinds of blockers there. Can Keenum get over the line? Not quite. Do they go for it here? I think they do. McKenna just didn't wait for his blockers. That's just stupid Madden AI. The Vikings bring the field. Is it the punt team? Nope. The last time on an inch play the Vikings pitch, they look like they're in a passing formation out of the shotgun. It is, I think, Murray back there with Keenum. They do pass it here. And it's a slant. He could run with it. He throws it deep. Incomplete. The Browns have momentum now. As my God, Keenum's looking garbage. Bring back Mobo. That's the whole reason we aren't winning. We don't have Mobo. Did Mobo ever get on anybody else's practice squad?
And that's what happens when you're a good player. There's a lot more attention drawn to you, and it's obvious that they had him in their game plan on defense, not letting him get off to a good start, but he's found a way so far here in the second half.
No. Man, talk about a waste of a 6th-round pick, huh? I always like the idea of him just lighting up eventually. Now the Vikings defense is back.
And that play went nowhere. Losing yardage. It'll be back at the 36.
Yeah, still better, I guess.
It's real easy to say this running game needs to be better, but the reality is
how early, Earl?
I
think if Teddy's healthy, we think we have a starter for a lot of years, but and if Keenum's gonna be our backup for a few years, I like Slaughter as a long-term guy. Throws it and picks up a half the yards.
6 yards is the pickup.
3rd and 6.
Many teams, as soon as they spot man defense, if they haven't called a hitch, they'll get to it as fast as they can. They want to put the ball in the hands of one of their best playmakers and hope that he can break a tackle on the outside and go for big yardage.
The Browns on 3rd down. They're right at about the league average, 40%.
3rd round? So a guy that can has a chance to be a starter, but probably won't. And the Vikings hit him. They have a screen set up, and they have blockers, and he stays in bounds. After the hit by Xavier Rhodes, he stays in bounds for the 1st down. A nice second effort by Johnson.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play.
Man, talk about being just a second late.
Ball may come your way.
The Browns are trying to make this one interesting. How many receivers do they have on the field? What was that formation?
Back at the 48-yard line. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down.
So they had 3 linemen, and then what the heck? Then they run out of it?
And let's face it, they know how to finish plays too. Eyes up.
What is that play? Yeah, that was like the Colts trick play last year versus Patriots. Hey, let's just do 3 linemen. And there's a hole.
Despite the heavy running, he'll be hit and drop shy of the 45. And he's able to get more than half of what they needed. That brings up a 3rd and 5.
But you've got to give kudos to your offensive line and the guy carrying the ball because they were in a 2nd and long situation. It seemed pretty dire, but they brought it back to 3rd and manageable with that run.
The Vikings defense is definitely starting to look gassed. This is a big 3rd and 5 here. See if we can switch momentum.
Defender in the secondary on 3rd.
Playing coverage here.
And now they'll do a draw play, and we tackle. And now the Browns will finally have to punt.
That'll take us to 4th down.
Now that was a big-time play by the defense. They as well knew where the first down line was, and they didn't let them get anywhere near it.
And I don't think we need Cousins. I don't think we want to spend the money on that.
Too long for a field goal, too short.
They're going to go for it. Huh. Big play here. Call a shotgun is Kaiser. And the little pass. It's a little slant play. They'll throw it, and they dropped. They went to Kenny Britt on Trey Waynes, the matchup they wanted. But Trey Waynes stepped up and made a play.
Super Bowl predictions. What do you have?
I go back to preseason.
What's your problem with the stadium being mostly glass? Have you been there? Because it looks really good. That's part of the nice things about it, because it really sparkles through, like the windows with the sun shining through during a day game. Looks really nice.
But now that we're 6 weeks in, what are you thinking?
Yeah, I've got a revision. I'm going to go Browns 49ers.
I love it. Now, it's going to be a bowl. Maybe not super in this year.
But they're not mathematically eliminated.
No, but
Who do you take it?
Listen, Green Bay now might not have Aaron Rodgers the rest of the way. New England struggling on defense. Okay, if we're going to take a little bit of a revision here, let's go with the Kansas City Chiefs coming out of the AFC and coming out of the NFC. Somehow, defense finds its way through. Seattle.
And Murray with a nice hole. Well, those are the announcers. See if they're going to talk with the Vikings, but they don't care. What's up, Quinn?
That one goes for 13 yards and it moves the sticks.
What did you miss? And not a whole lot, Jacob.
100-yard night. I've loved the way he's hit the holes. He's been quick. He's been decisive.
See, Britt is garbage, but the Browns are garbage, so.
Offense comes to the line now, 1st and 10.
The receivers, the Vikings and pass, trying to extend their lead. As they go to Jarius Wright, who picks up near a 1st down. See what this flag is. Maybe a roughing the passer on Keenum. Give the Vikings extra 15. That'd be nice. Hey, there we go. I guessed it right. Vikings, Eagles, NFC Championship. That'd be a great game, Earl.
Well, we looked at each other right away. We knew that flag was coming out.
And I always enjoy the
especially with Teddy versus Carson Wentz. I think very similar quarterbacks.
I don't want to throw the flag, but you caused the play. You did it. I had to.
And now inside the red zone, the offense.
He's a corner. He's a corner, Jacob. And a 1st and 10 now at the 20-yard line. Easily in field goal range. And Moto Murray is a big hole. Get a touchdown. And no, he could not get within the 7-yard line. Murray's been running really well this game. As Berger bows down to him. Look at that big hole. It's we get a little extra big block there. I think that's Isadora. So someone throws a rock at it. I only get the idea of how hard that glass is. Never had logic. I'm pretty sure they kept it in mind that rocks might be able to break. So I think they made it pretty rough.
Not be able to get off another play as time has run out on this 3rd quarter. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. And we're back now here in Cleveland.
Now, I'm really interested to see if Tremaine Brock will ever get our system down enough to look like a good corner. I really like that that move to bring Brock in. .15 minutes here. The Vikings get a touchdown here. No turnovers, please. And Keenum throws down the middle. Rudolph, touchdown! Rudolph, the red zone reindeer, has a very shiny gloves.
A 7-yard touchdown grab. And the Vikings are going to add on to their lead. And he is a reliable target. They like to get him involved. They got him involved there for the score.
And they should. He's a very good player. Remember, they can use him in certain positions, so many different spots, and he usually comes through for them.
Now
and if you ever saw him, yeah, he'd even say he scores. Touchdown. That PAT is good.
And the lead is up to 14. The drive there only spanning 3 plays, and it's polished off by a Viking score.
Like, Brock could have a really big role in the next year with Newman retiring. Okay, I think it's, if not 100%, but I think a very good chance that Newman retires this year. And then Brock can hopefully come in and be a good backup nickel. That's what he is, and Madden never had logic. At the 8, Peppers is 20 to the 25 to the 30, and tackles right there.
Pretty good here at the 30-yard line. And now the Browns coming out on the field. And last time this unit was out here, costly turnover, and then that
I don't know enough about him.
They've got to make amends.
I know Marty is I believe he's a bigger bodied corner. So on paper he matches up good, but I think the Vikings really like what they have with Wayne, so I really doubt they would do it. If it's like a 7th round pick or something, I would say, like, why not? But I don't see the Vikings starting someone over Wayne's. They really want to get him better. And they pass out a 3 tight end set, and incomplete. Kaiser has not looked good. He has had a few decent drives, but my God, otherwise he's been god awful.
But his shoulders looked a little off kilter there when he threw that.
I don't think you're being overly critical there. You're just analyzing it, and he gets those shoulders right. That pass will go from incomplete to complete.
Second down here after the incomplete pass.
Yeah, like on paper it's good, right? But you aren't going to give up too much, and we aren't going to start him over Wayne.
And he's able to get out to the 32, brought down there. Call it a 1-yard gain.
Despite how much I give Wayne's crap, I think the Vikings are too much invested in Wayne's that they, well, I think they're at least give him a chance this year. Maybe in the off season, if Wayne's has a few bad games towards the end of the year, maybe we lose a playoff game because of Wayne's, and then you could look at the Vikings looking for a number 2 corner, but we're not going to go out and spend a lot of money on a free agent corner or give up a 1st or 2nd round pick for a corner. The receiver on the bottom of the screen, 1 receiver on the top, and Cowell in the background field. He has all time in the world, throws it wide open is Dalve on 3rd down, completed.
First down as he's up to the 48. A good play there as the Browns strike for 16 and a first down. 4th quarter, every drive's so critical, and you figure may only get 1 more shot after this, so a touchdown's imperative on this drive.
It is, but you also have to think to yourself in play calling, don't hold anything back. Don't save it for the 2nd touchdown. You got the 1st one for the 2nd one to even matter.
That was weird. That was choppy. And the Vikings, what's 5? Nobody's getting there. Vikings pass rush was much better in the first half. Now nothing. Now it is coverage sack. Everson Griffin with the 3rd. There's sack daddy for Jacob.
In there to get him again. The 3rd time he sacked him here tonight.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
Yeah, I have injuries on. I slimmed them down a bit because Madden loves, and Madden 18, people get injured all the time, and we had pressure on them, and incomplete. Yeah, there are injuries, but they don't cut to them. The announcers don't talk about them, or they don't make it a deal for some reason. I don't know why, but.
Because you got the linemen that have to move, you have the wide receivers have to get out and vacate, you got the running back that's got to make a little fake.
It must be the announcers' lines must be triggered by the one screen that says, "Hey, this guy's injured. Do you want to keep him in, or do you want him set out for the game?" But since you don't play, that screen has no reason to pop up. 5 wide. Kaiser alone in the backfield. The Vikings rush 4. Can Everson get there again? Everson is going to get there again! Sack for the 4th time. Sack Daddy. Everson, Papa Griffin.
In there again. My goodness, that is now his 4th sack tonight.
That's got to be close to an NFL record.
And it's only getting rougher. 5 sacks now that they've given up in this contest so far. It feels like the witching hour out here.
Latavius Bryant,
What's the witching?
I think we're kind of stacked right now at wide receiver. I know it's fun to think about trades. Let's get this big body receiver. Let's do this. Let's do that. Unless if Floyd and Diggs are going to be out for the year, that'd be the only reason to go out to trade for another receiver. Especially if he's cancer to the Steelers, he'd probably be cancer to wherever else he goes, right? The same way Harvin was. So the Vikings have blocking in front of Sherrills, but not much after that. Vikings will start at the 28-yard line.
And the Vikings will take over here 1st and 10. And out now come the Vikings. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the
Yeah, even if we have long receiving injuries, I do see us going with. I would see us going with Coley and Rodney Adams before we would go with someone that doesn't know the system whatsoever.
Looks like the defense in press coverage here. Throwing on 1st down is Keenum.
And corner out, 1st down.
Up past the 45.
That's Jarius Wright, just like we did versus the Ravens. The little corner out. This is a quick receiver that Jarius Wright is. But yeah, think about Jarius Wright. I've been on team trade Jarius Wright, not because he's bad, but because he's good enough that he'd have value. He's a good veteran receiver that can play in the slot and can come out, and he has good deep ball potential as well. And play action on Keenum, throws it deep, intercepted McCurdy, triple coverage. This might be the jolt the Browns needed.
Jason McCourty, and the return out shy of midfield to the 46-yard line. That is the play they needed in a 2-score game here in the 4th quarter.
No doubt about it. They did what they had to do to give themselves a chance to get back into the game. They turned it over to the offense. They are now in charge.
Now they need to execute.
Oh. There.
Heading out as the Cleveland offense now as they get set to take over here. These guys had
the only player I'd be okay with trading Jarius Wright, that's just me. But I wouldn't want to trade Jarius Wright for someone else, for another veteran receiver. I would much rather trade Jarius Wright for like a 4th round pick. Because like what Jacob said, we need more draft picks. Not a whole lot though, because we don't need a whole lot of depth really. And the Vikings only blitz 4. They throw it short for nice yards on 1st down.
Complete to the tight end. And he'll be brought down at the 48-yard line. A gain of 6 there on 1st. At this stage, this drive's got to be touchdown or bust because you need 2 of them.
And if I'm the offensive play caller, I'm not just looking at my dagger plays downfield. I'm looking at some of my specials, something that can fool them and give you a big play now.
With a sense of urgency.
No doubt.
Yeah, that is right, Jake. That's all he does. When we need him the most, he always comes up and has good games. So Vikings are on to bring a blitz. It's Everson Griffin again. He breaks through the Everson Griffin one, but then he comes down again for his 5th sack. That's gotta be an NFL record. I'm looking that up right now.
5 sacks for him now in this one game alone.
This has been a tough one for this offensive line. It appears almost like they've been on roller skates this entire game, the way they've been pushed around. 6 sacks given up in this one.
All right, the NFL record for a single game sacks is 7 by some Derek Thomas on the Chiefs. So close. Yeah, all Jerry right throws was low. Stephon Diggs is out. Don't ram. Jerry is right. I'll pick up 40 yards, but they'll all be third down. Big third down catches, diving catches. Like, I don't want the Vikings to trade Jerry because he's bad, because he has value. And he doesn't get used enough from the Vikings. He's great depth, but we don't need him. Throws it! Inbounds, out of bounds. Trey Waynes is playing good this game. What's your problem with Tom Johnson?
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, fourth quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield. Here's Britton Colquitt now, as he's on to punt for Cleveland. He gets this one away, and boy, it's another boomer. And that'll hit at the 5 and go into the end zone for a touchback.
Yeah, I also like Tom Johnson. I'd rather just Sharif Floyd, but Tom Johnson's been great, especially for how much money that he's costing us.
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it.
And I think next week we'll do a stream, and we'll probably just talk football. I might not play Madden. I might play some other game, but we'll do a stream once a week, and we can talk football, whatever you guys want to talk about.
They go back to the air here.
Keenan wants, Jacob wants to talk about his softball girls. That's cool too. As Remmers gets pushed back, then he throws it deep. Looks like a punt there. And if I want to play some random game, I might stream on Twitch every now and again. So if you guys like the streams that I do, my Twitch, it's in my, I don't think it's in these stream descriptions, because it's whatever I had probably had in my PS4. But on my normal videos, it's in the description. It's just JDOS28 on twitch.tv. So if you want to check out those, I don't stream a whole lot, but if we get an audience, as Murray jukes him out down the sideline, a nice run by Murray. Maybe I should actually pay attention to the game.
That one 28 yards on the ground.
Do my eyes deceive me, or is he getting stronger as this game moves along?
Burst seems just as good here in the fourth as it was way back in the first, doesn't it?
I do believe
you lost a championship?
In the off season and continues to condition during the season in order to continue to carry the ball at this rate.
Well, maybe you can get some sympathy strains from your softball girls, Jacob. And play action against Keenum. Will he launch another one deep? He throws another one to Rudolph. Oh yeah, Murray looked good. We talked about that earlier, but finally a good game by Murray. Fun to watch. This is kind of like what we saw a couple years ago with Asiata and McKinnon, except that it's a better McKinnon, and it's a better version of Asiata.
Why do you need to do this? Just go ahead and run out the clock and get a win. But as many people have pointed out to me, it's a video game, man. Go ahead and put the numbers up.
I don't think Johnson's had many penalties at all. Like, he had the one last week that was stupid. Their lineman knocked Johnson down, and he hit their quarterback, and they gave him a roughing the passer on it.
So after that big gain, let's see what else the offense has up its sleeve.
And if you want to yell at someone for doing penalties, yell at Everson Griffin. He's done a offsides once a game this year. And the Vikings will run after a 3 tight end set for a few yards. Yeah, he was finally having good mobility. It was good to see.
You also want to still kind of be in attack mode too, right? So how do you do that and not come back on your heels?
Think about all the practices we've watched where they have that tempo period to go over things just like this, where they describe the scenario, tell you what they're looking for, and make sure that they're still attacking, yet at the same time not going so fast.
And play action as Keenum throws it. Another play action, Rudolph near the touchdown line. Otherwise known as the goal line.
A good pick up there of 20 yards.
Another nice pickup through the air, and I think a lot of people might expect them to run the ball in this situation.
Yeah, that's why I kind of see it. Asiata or Murray is just kind of a better version of Asiata, which is fine, right? As long as we get touchdowns and he can give us 80 yards a game, maybe in our dual tight end set, maybe or two dual running back set, he gives us 60 yards a game and 2 touchdowns, while McKinnon goes for 70 rushing yards and 50 receiving yards. And then we'll take that. That's a really good 1-2 punch.
Defense with their backs against the wall. They come out here in the eye.
Here the Vikings can actually run the ball in now. And it's McKinnon going the goal line carry for some reason. He gets 1 yard. I guess this is what happened a few weeks ago.
And in this situation with the lead fourth quarter, they're liking keeping the ball on the ground, I'm sure.
That's just smart football, but you know the defense has to know it as well. They've got to stop them here. So now we're going to see that loading the box in a big way. 6, 7, 8, 9, whatever it's going to take. Puts a little bit more pressure.
I had a plan to get coffee. If only there was somebody that could get coffee for me. And Murray, touchdown! Just kidding, just short of the ball cross.
Call it no gain that time, and now it's 3rd and goal.
His path became similar.
See, I don't want to bet on Case having a big game though. Like he should against the Browns, but Case is so inconsistent that you never know where you can get out. The Vikings have had 3 plays to get 2 yards. 3rd and goal from the 1. I think it should be 4 down territory. Put it in the nail in the coffin. And it's gonna be sacked. And it's a fumble. And Elfline's gonna go backwards with it. Wow. They have a decent D. They have McCourty, who's really good. Myles Garrett, they're a #1 overall pick for a reason. He's really good.
This is a quarterback. The ball gets away from him.
Throw it. Okay, you won't.
They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or moved away from it. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
Yeah, exactly, Jacob. Like, Teddy's biggest problem was getting numbers too. And back when Teddy was playing, everybody was saying, well, yeah, we're winning with Teddy too. Like, he's the reason we're winning. He's not putting up the numbers, but that's because he's a team player. I bought it then with Teddy, but this is so much different with Keenum, because we're somehow winning because he's there, and Teddy was keeping us in games and being an actual game manager. Keenum's doing just enough. He's maybe energizing their guys, but I don't go with the notion at all that keep going with Keenum because he's been with us on this winning streak thus far, so keep with him. Don't upgrade at the quarterback position when Teddy gets healthy. That's stupid. No, you're gonna go with the best quarterback. Yeah, he's not done very good. I don't know why he somehow is on God mode as J-Ron Kirsch puts a hammer on him against the Bucks, but otherwise Keenum is not very good. Like backup wise, he's really good backup, like as Jacob always says, top 5 backup.
Sense of urgency has to take over for them here. They know the score. They know the situation. And by the way, the punter no longer exists for their offense. That's how they have to treat this drive.
They need points.
Big time.
That's my thinking, Earl. Right after the bye week, Teddy time. Let's go for what we hope and we don't really know.
First down, Kaiser. Throw left side, caught by the tight end in Njoku. And they'll take him down at the 31-yard line. 7 yards to pick up on the pitch and catch. Decent start to the drive, but let's face it, they need a lot of things to go right in a short amount of time, down 3 scores.
Yeah, they're going to run their 2-minute offense here in this game, but this is for future games. Can they get better and be ready for the next time, hopefully with a chance to win?
Four receivers on the field. Cowell in the background with Kaiser. He's Everson tries to get his 6th sack of the game. A nice catch by Britt, goes out of bounds.
Just what the Browns needed there. Good
Yeah, if Sam can put up 300 yards against the Packers in like what 5 days, I think Teddy in 3 weeks in a system that's pretty that he's been around and that he's kind of been in. We had Norv Turner when he was playing, but it's still roughly the same system. He's got kind of the same receivers. Of course, Thielen didn't have nearly as big of a role back then as he does now, and Stephon Diggs barely played with Teddy. But they did play enough, so he has a connection with them. And of course, he knows Rudolph. So I think Teddy should get with the offense fine, and the players love him, so they'll rally around him really fast. Diggs said he looked like Joe Montana his first day. I think that might feel a bit of an exaggeration, but maybe. Yo, Jacob. That would be the game to be at. Like, be in the game when Teddy makes his return. Puts up 42 points. Vikings only blitz 3 here. Kaiser is all dead. Can Everson get there again? Everson made a move, got to hurry, but then he pick up and move the chains.
And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. The Browns passing game finding its stride. They've got another first down.
Yeah, Norv Turner was the offensive coordinator. Oh yeah, you're true. Norv Turner was there for until like week 4 or something last year.
A first down throw for Kaiser.
Then he resigned. So he's like, oh no, I suck. Darn it. And the Browns receiver puts his hand through Mackenzie Alexander's head. I don't know how it's not unnecessary roughness. He stabbed through his skull.
The playbook opens up a little bit more now because all they've done is throw the football. If you want to run it now, you may very well have them fooled.
Yeah, week 8. Yeah.
First down and 10 now for the offensive group.
If I can just get an interception here and start running out the clock. And let the Browns run out the clock. I'll take it. And bring us to a 2-minute warning once they start calling timeouts. No, 2-minute warning here, boys. We saw we didn't trade for Joe Thomas that piece. I would have loved the Joe Thomas trade last year. I was all in for that. I think a lot of the team wanted to leave after the L in Chicago. God, that pissed me off.
In possession of the football here as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. And after the play on the ground, that brings up second down here.
Yeah, I didn't understand Norv at all. I mean, yeah, true. Rudolph had a big game with them. A pack of 3 Vikings around that football. Overall, a decent game from Kaiser, honestly. As a Vikings defense.
Things started out poorly in this game, and to be frank, they just really haven't gotten much better.
This is a pretty stereotypical quarterback numbers. Like an average quarterback number versus the Vikings defense. So without much help, Kaiser's done very well. Now the pocket starts to collapse, and a coverage sack. Now it's Tom Johnson, Logic's least favorite player, at least one of them. Now the hurry. 4th and 14, the game. And there, everybody goes out. The Vikings rush 4. Everson Griffin's getting close. Another coverage sack maybe, and intercepted. Dirty Harry seals it. Harrison Smith seals his 2nd game of the season with an interception.
Well, this defensive pressure has been constant all game long.
Yeah, Meech, you're right.
They've all been excellent. And now they'll tack on an interception here as this one continues to slip just further and further out of hand.
Now the Minnesota offense set to take over again. And they had 3 points.
I don't need to talk to Meech, just copy what I write in the chat, and
we'll see if they can do better now.
I'm with you on that one. Let's just go ahead and be frank about the whole thing. The only one happy about the
make him feel respected.
Exactly. He put it through the post. That's going to help him at contract time. But that offense, they're thinking, let's get in the end zone this time.
I don't know if that helped him at contract time. You could have kicked that one through.
I don't know about that.
Toe bash.
I don't know about that. Super toe.
If I remember right, Big Ben didn't really have a good game. I don't remember. Murray has a big hole and gets a first down. That's going to help this clock expire.
Across the 30-yard line. It's a gain of 11 yards that time, and it produces a new set of downs. I think this defense tired of seeing him run the football, and this D-line probably getting sick of the O-line as well.
And as I'm watching this, I'm thinking about a conversation I had with Adam Gase, the head coach of the Miami Dolphins in the offseason.
Hopefully the Browns can just not do
running backs each week
just
for their favorite runs. Give me your 3
not call timeouts. That'd be great.
And right now, you're seeing a guy that's probably using his top runs to great advantage in this game.
Sometimes I like doing games after where I play someone online ranked, or I just play the computer or something. But this week I'm kind of busy, so we'll just be doing the simulation we'll call a day, as Murray's running really good, almost 200 yards on this game. This is the ideal game for Murray.
Every great running backs coach I've
But of course,
has always talked about when you have great vision.
I'd imagine Reef is in. I don't know the extent of his injury. Nobody really talked about it. I haven't seen the injury report yet, so they'll come out soon. But I'd like to thank everybody that's came in and watched. This is probably our biggest view count to watch this stream.
So here we go, 1st and 10 now.
So everybody saying watch, thank you for watching. 10 seconds, the Vikings will run one more play and we'll call it a day. Vikings are going to win 27-10. The Vikings offensive line has been great this game. Murray just ran very well behind it. The Vikings defense played as expected. And 27-10, a very realistic end game score. Pretty realistic stats. We'll look over the stats real quick as we get out of here. Yeah, I saw that. Now you're switching accounts on us.
No one thinks we can do this. Only people who believe.
So we'll get. Oh, no, don't restart the game. Okay, good. So let's look at the stats. Keenum, 16 for 27, 266 yards. So at the end of the day, he had a decent game. 59% completion rating is pretty garbage, but we're used to Keenum and we're used to Bradford and Teddy, so it's not awful, but still pretty bad. Rushing, Murray had himself an absolute mammoth day. 28 rushes, 6.6 yards a carry, 2 touchdowns. If we get that, we win every game. Cowell, 57, 2.8. He probably ran the ball for like a 5 average in the second half. In the first half, he had like 3 yards total. Johnson had a decent game. McKinnon ran the ball at all. Leading receivers was Rudolph as far as yardage. McKinnon had a good day receiving. Thielen, 2 for 52, just got a couple deep balls, 2 for 27 for right. All he does is catch first downs. We give up the sacks. Zach Banner got 8 up for 4 of the Everson Griffin sacks. He's probably shut out. Murray gave up a sack. Don't even know how that works. Reef gave up his first sack of the season. I don't see that happening against the Browns. Let's look at Everson Griffin had himself an absolute day. 5 sacks. The rookie Myles Garrett had one in the second half. Tom Johnson had a sack. And a few of these awful Browns. And Linval Joseph also had a sack. Harrison Smith had 2 interceptions. McCurdy had 1 for the Browns. And there he had it. So, some reason, Forbath. Who that other dude? I don't know. Something completely different. Forbath somehow didn't miss any PATs. But there we have it. Thanks everybody for watching. This is JOZ. Thanks for watching the simulation. And we'll see you guys in the next video and next stream next week. Probably every Tuesday at 7. So if you guys want to watch it, we get everyone. I'll try to remind you guys when I do my videos. Otherwise, we'll see you guys next time.